alarming. Four corners of paranormal, get shorn for a thermos. And pair of thermals in a warehouse, air wears dairy curdle. St. Vincent de Paul trying to square the circle. Circle the source of his power. Foresight born at the corner of Howard on sale. Cherry pick blue in the pail, it's a blue nose chew in a steel. Losing his coat, schmoozing a high in a head rush. Hack up bile over H1N1 and then some. One eye on the breadcrumbs, other eye on the dread crumb, other eye on the income. Good knife in the grin, shoot dice with the lice and the ringworms. Peg leg, smells like Medellin. Wake in the night, make a pipe out of anything. Take 5 to a dive in the celebrate. Turn 5 into 5, 6, 7, 8. Back out, black out somewhere fancy. Shake in the backseat of Aesop's Camry, dude. Seat for the chips and sandwich meat from the crypt in the end. If you give an address and a rib or a piss, don't question a mystery fish. Just picture shrimp on a pillow with grits. Close your eyes, lick your lips. I'm at the cafe ordering a cup of fresh. Sarah gave me 2, I gave 1 to Rex. She said fools ain't shit, plus fuck the pigs. They can never understand what Sumner is. Word up, word up. Word up. I'm off grid, I'm through the gate. I fly these kites into the fray. Word up, word up. Word up. I'm out the box, I'm through the bud. I fly these kites into the cut. NorCal fried bacteria, no ID, survive the vivarium. Try soft feel sourdough and heroin. Eat with the chimera, fly with the seraphim. I hold court with the cats and dogs of old cools like an orb in a dragon's claw. And Terry cloth robes outside, detox early. Curse at a beat cop, Dr. Slurpee. Adopt no Xerxes, fear no moon man. Stay true like a wolf wearing wolf pants. Ooh, never could avoid himself for long enough to contain or employ his help. And now we live both ways of the asteroid belt. Buzzed, gross and holy gun love. Still hearing next in his head, yelling kiss the brink. From a fortunate fisher king or from a sister care. Blisters in his hair, new day, new diarrhea, disrepair. Soups on 2 tongue, crucifix the bear. No shoes, no shirt, no fiscal year. I said hello to Marshall, every more for 6. He yelled at me every time. That's a Maury bitch. It only took 1 tooth to crack the bug juice to choke. Turn a bum to a sun to a bug. Outside home is an open swim. Occultism and the throws of corrosive wind. A cold meal with a ghost of friends. A whole host of meds. A deal on its own, no cassette. I stepped over a body in the door. I pretend he asleep, but it's probably more. Goddamn, profound apathy, heart with a crack. I'm ships in the night. I'm darts at a mat. Word up. Hard to admit that I used to draw portraiture in a human form. Doodle of a 2-headed unicorn was soothing. Moving his arm in a fusion of man-made tools and amused from beyond. Even if it went beautifully wrong, it was tangible truth for a youth who refused to belong. No name nuisance, who's in a bedroom, who's in a brand new cuneiform. Barely commune with the horde, got a whole grayscale ungluing his world. Might zone out to the yap of the magpie. Unseen hand dragging his graphite. Cross contour, little bit of backlight. Black ink after a Bristol to baptize. You can imagine the rush that ensue when you get 3 dimensions stuffed in a 2. Then it's off to a school where it's all you can do. Being trained and observed by a capable few. Back in New York by peeps and a dog in a 2-bedroom doing menial jobs. Plus rhyming and stealing and being a clod. Distractions, freedom, a rod. I left some years of giving a light. I left some will the spirit away. I let my fears materialize. I let my skills deteriorate. Haunted by the thought of what I should have been. Continuing a mission that was rooted in a 20-year affinity and rickety condition with an ID crisis. Snap on the front lawn, look up in the sky. It's shapes falling out of the fringe. All heart though we would have made cowardly kings. They will chop you down just to count your rings. Just to count your rings. Just to count your rings. And now we're colors pouring out of the fringe. All heart though we would have made cowardly kings. They will chop you down just to count your rings. Just to count your rings. Just to count your rings. Used to paint, hard to admit that I used to paint. Natural light on a human face, stenciled fire in his roommate's face. It was bloom and addiction, a miss and a push and a pigment. Book like a tattooed pigskin look. Pinhead kids in a minute, drank Kool-Aid from a tube of acrylic. And a Grew up in a linseed oil, ever linen. Joy to the poison, voice to the resin. Capture a map of the gesture. Back up, add a little accurate fat to the figure. Redo that, move that inward. Zinc white lightning shoots from his fingers. Studio strewn with illusion and tinctures. Stay tuned for the spooky adventures. You can imagine the stars that align when a forearm starts foreshortening right, or a torso hung on a warping spine in proportion. Reads as warm and alive. Routine day with a dirt cheap brush. Then a week goes by and it goes untouched. Then 2, then 3, then a month, and the rest of your life to beat yourself up. I left some seasons eager to fall. I left some work to bury alive. I let my means of being dissolve. I let my person curl up and die. Eating up his innards and unfeasible anxiety is brutally committed to relinquishing his privacy, aligning with the trials of the anti-Midas. Snap on the back lawn, look up in the sky, it's shapes falling out of the fringe. All heart though we would've made cowardly kings. They will chop you down just to count your rings. Just to count your rings. Just to count your rings. And now we're colors pouring out of the fringe. All heart though we would've made cowardly kings. They will chop you down just to count your rings. Just to count your rings. Just to count your rings.
I'm getting sick and tired of never understanding. Where is the proof you promised?
The kid that worked down at the local Baskin Robbins got a tattoo of a lipstick print attached above his collar. I watched him relocating pistachio to a waffle, thinking I had lost the plot, if not the passion for the novel. He asked me what I wanted, I ordered something daft. He said he liked the tattoo Alex drew me of the bats. Thanks, I like it too, but modestly confess, in present company my coloring is not the main event. Look at that neck, the message is immediate, the guy F's chicks. I spent a lot of years making friends with cool artists, so when they do me tattoos I can truly feel important. Now some 22-year-old inside a cube of brick and mortar got me questioning my morals in their corny pecking order. I should give a shit less. Cherry, no. Whip, yes. Lot of years. Lot of years. The girl that worked down at the local juice place got a head full of dreadlocks down to her waist. I watched her at the spinach to the ginger to the grapes. My hair was underwhelming, my juice was fucking great. Some lady orders maca, compliments the locks. She asked how many years it took the girl to grow the crop. It took a lot of years and then eventually I cut them, kept them, and reattach them anytime I want them. My mind's fucking blown, the future is amazing, I feel so fucking old. I bet you clone your pets and ride a hoverboard to work. I used a phone map to find the juice place in the first. These kids are running wild, I'm still recovering from church. You should have seen me in the 90s, I could ollie up a curb. You should have seen me in the 80s, I was bumping New Edition, dragging acne into Hades. Lot of years. Lot of years. Question. If I died in my apartment like a rat in a cage, would the neighbors smell the corpse before the cat ate my face? I used to floss the albatross like daddy came with the chain. I'm trying to jettison the ballast with the hazardous waste. The kid is comfortably numb, routine a tedious crutch. Steep in a self-imposed Stockholm and Lima in flux. Maybe an occupation popular with demons and ducks. Made any mingling akin to being seasoned and stuffed. It's a theater of jumping jellyfish, jealous little sycophants. Miserable and flimsy from the skippies to the pissy pants. Each one separately convinced they're sketching with Da Vinci's hands. Delusion turn a communication a prison camp. You fucking dorks ain't a threat to the cause. There ain't a lesson we can learn from the ostensibly lost. I think it's funny when defendants from identical haunts step out the tempest to measure of what the spectrum involves. Maybe no one cares. Party over here, I'll be over there. At the root of the scene, it meant a lot to feel the fugitive community breathe. Maybe the sentimental us to be truly naive. I know some shit about your heroes that you wouldn't believe. I think we're all a bunch of weirdos on a quest to belong. The song's a echolocation of an impregnable fog. That's why it's odd to see a pile of imperfections and flaws. Ascend a pedestal to patronize the rest of the cards in a mess of obnoxious fantasy. Possible mastering and pageantry. I ain't even mad, I'm impressed, shit, it's baffling. God almighty, chopper knife beats out with the piano keys. Play your own dirge on the way to surfing Maggot Beach. You fucking dorks ain't a source of the art. You can't be cooler than the corners where you source all your parts. The poker face, all it takes a couple sorted remarks. We let the manicore out, we make the sorcery bark. Life is so unfair, party over here, I'll be over there. I view the rattling of sabers like a show to expose insecurities exploding in emotional code. When braggadocio to go from mostly jokey to gross. Corrode a homie till his probity is notably ghost. Before the hobby was a job, he was a manager. Hell, you would wobble around your mama like an infant gazelle. The disillusionment has truly been a difficult pill. But you was anything menacing is a difficult sell. And a whistle and bellarama. Black Molly's to dress up like Piranha. It's not even compelling melodrama. It's a comedy, somebody wanna shop you as a saga. I'm very voluntarily persona non grata. You fucking dorks ain't the leaders we need. This ain't the medium, but divas out to weasel and breed. I'm off in coffee with the paupers over tea with the queen. Don't make them show the regency what disobedient means. Heavy load to bear, party over here, I'll be over there. Hey, warm cider, barn full of spiders, orange moon, starry night, particle exciters, in a pageant rivaled only by the origin of fire. Now at an organism from alternative environs, a dozen pair of cartoon eyes in a thicket to see a neophyte get sliced in a ribbon. I'm here to pick lights of each other and assimilate. Duck a suit, troubleshoot as moody as their interface. True and sucker proof, who to fully disengage. Float is only vanishing point away from the picture plane. Go to where the radio trails off and people catch rabies on the way to their mailbox. Under a sideways rain, cornering the briar, still pull a broadsword from a hoarded synthesizer. Nap in a hole in a tree, cat leaving bowls at my feet. Talking Master P, memory foam, everything. Jettison the rest and roulette us a new trajectory. Spinal tap 11, tapping resin out the evergreen. Designated dark horse, headless independently. Sidewalks end with palms and frog eggs. Buried bones and its very own blurry Sasquatch vids. Led like field ants to a hot lens. 8 o'clock kittens versus cobwebs. Fight! Maps won't work here. Ice over bittersweet nightshade. Antlers rise from his migraine. Shredder die. Life's strange, how do you identify? Knew a Dematil and all our package with a Vespertine. Me, I'm pretty useless to the rufus painted Gemini that set him free. Eat his own body weight in genocide. Came back a decorated dog of war once more, though he currently stuck in the dog door. Additionally, dog isn't even his final form, just a period between greenhorn and Hyperion. Peer into the eye of a primordial experience. Portamento warriors in unforgiving wilderness. Borderline ethereal, Noah's Ark grown tone. Add a little up high, down low, too slow. Found acquaintances a pain to babysit, so we gave away his shit and gave him all the slip. Now, pets hit the ceiling when the wind blows. Fish float belly up, songbirds crash in the windows. Swizzle apple cider vinegar and dish soap. Suicide flies take dips in the kill zone. Still shuffle through a stack of old photos taken before the varicose verified chronos. I don't know, it feels weird. I'd rather feed an apple to a deer. I might have heard something in the walls. Could have been voices, could have been claws. Could have been a rebel, yeah, that's something more evolved. Pounding on the front doors, standing all alone, like what up? Ain't shit. die already. None defied a one-man walled city. Stone-made flesh veins etched in his hands. 88 stance straight, then invasive plants and rain dance on safely. Brace for the supercell. Mutineer footage for your blooper reel. Who could tell? Pours hot tar from the top of the barn. Necktie on his head, condor on his arm. Dog star in a jar, bordering unsustainable. Man culpa, maybe I should pray a cold. Systematic Catholic or sigil of the Baphomet unraveling. Either way, his ID show a snake and skull. Always been a private dude who couldn't keep a tally of which lies he told. Who? Dyer's hair shade, changed names in his lazy drawl. Soon enough I will estrange you all like you ghost. On Dasher, half-dead carolers, wreck a whole advent calendar. Brother on speakerphone, lurking at the Burgerville. Bathrobe, hammer toes, murdering the curb appeal. Would I be returning or forsaken with the craven and carnivorous vegetation that take him for a steakums? I don't know, I gotta think about it. Truthfully, I don't know which makes me a bigger coward. Either stomach or the hubris, cash in his 2 cents, loose lips locked up over a chewed Eucharist, or maybe reappropriate the energy. Hold up, passing a poultry to Hecate. Bull-headed burnout, fled his own pedigree and never better. Never would have met your heaven anyway. Mary, go make soup out of bones. Just know when the room go cold, I'm a ghost. Exorcism and deworming, fitted for a curse and a crown of birth circling. Search party falling forward, unthwarted. Meet him at the crossroads, drawn and quartered for a master of puppets outside of his cupboards. Non-dairy creamers can't allow supper in a runneth over cup full of black tap water. It's a marvel of privacy over back hunter. Raspberry jelly on his Jesus toast to turn heather gray sweats and an Easter clothes with no immediately measurable crime wave. Ice age, Christ's children still skin a cat sideways. I don't pick teams or administer bans. I'm in the creek with a pick and a pan and go forcibly ejected or a voluntary death scene. Tell them what the atom order picking the EMF mean. Ghost. Yup, steps up to the plate. Little brother, little league. 87, he was 8. Rookie season for the skinny slugger, newly at a T-ball. Pit against the pitcher with a ripper you could eat off. Church then a gripper loans, run a third verse. Granny yelling go Cubs, nose in a word search. Seen milfs like apes on a monolithic bleacher in an advocating war and peace in lieu of sport and leisure. Hi, Peggy. I was 10 chewing on a sweet tart. Little brother left field, Queens guard. Mean arm, knees bent, 2 out, 2 on bags. When I caught him staring down at something moving through the grass. Hold up, tag runner and a whole cast rotate. Not before he could identify the culprit. Granny yelling go Cubs, Graham yelling go Fur. New left fielder, give a fuck about a homer. Got a homie, little rodent head and shoulders at a supple. No baseball in the bubble. Ruh-roh, parents started adorable. The players followed suit and he crawling to a closed head. Coach not amused, coach seeing red. Coach on the diamond, dragging 27 inches of aluminum behind him when he transfers third. The families turn nervous. The following is a transcript of man versus vermin. Here we go. Man stands out by a hole. Pest pops up to patrol. Man plays live whack-a-mole in a scene that would try every childish adult. Whoa, pull boy with a ball mitt thrown over the fence. Coach at the bench, both teams lose, good game, good game. Granny yelling, go Cubs, Cubs ain't playing. My little brother is a funny dude. A lot of funny shit happened to him. My other brother pretty funny too. Ain't seen him in a minute though. Just in case of rough waters, I wanna put one up for my brothers. Just in case of rough waters, I wanna put one up for my brothers. Yep, not a part of the machine. Big brother, big idea, 9016. Noi button tee, plaid flannel, an adolescent art kid. Tony Hawk hair, skinny puppy denim, and a record player vomiting alien sex fiend. Peel sessions in a Christian home for field testing. Drill youth in a palm of your hand when your mom thinks Satan is involved in a band. We were buried in the village voice, checking it was playing where. Pulled his head up out the paper, pushing out a single tear. 5 words like a beacon, a light in the mist. Ministry live at the Ritz, it was Christ is risen a Chris. 3 loves, 2 fish, miracle of mechanized loops on 2-inch. Coming to a theater, he would be there in the flesh. Moms didn't say no, but she didn't say yes. Cop tickets, side of plot thickens. Countdown to ultimate concert experience. Mom's still worrying, why are they called ministry? Are they a cult? Maybe she would probably investigate. Bought a mag with an Al Jurgensen interview. Read a couple sentences, glanced at a pic or 2 or 3. That's all, no fair trial. Simply, you will not be going to the show and that's final. What occurred next with the top of the lungs of a son who unjustly had lost what he loved? In a moment that would transcend anger, the high art said, this is something I am willing to die for. Can you even imagine a death in a band from industrial fandom? Anyway, nobody count no concert and Chris kicked rocks in his mismatched Converse. My older brother is a funny dude. A lot of funny shit happened to him. We hadn't spoken in a couple months. I called him last night. How you doing? Just in case of rough waters, I wanna put one up for my brothers. Just in case of rough waters, I wanna put one up for my brothers.
Let's see how y'all be trying to front, man. Y'all be fronting, man.
Been a bit since Mood died. Been a lot more lost and awake. I recall thinking someday someone's gonna say it's all from the same cause and effect, and I just couldn't fathom. Blaming a whole new page on a made-up chain reaction. Each claim individual peaks and pockets, pains in a slew of unique nuances. Now I mean, when you wake up 8 years non-responsive, it's a lot to process. Gone from a happier Jack in the Box to a package of clogged up chakras. Oh, shot spot, nothing ever after me. Running from the once upon a time ... Once upon a time, he was so much more than a punchline for his own pot shots. I watched the impossible kid, everything that he touched turns promptly to shit. If I zoom on out, I can finally admit it's all been a blur since Mood got sick. None of the subsequent years stood a chance. Whether it was mom's or his man's, whether it was pops or his girl, I was poisoned. Heart full of canines, head full of voices. Whole life trying to quiet him down like a suicide king with a knife in his crown. Hounds at bay, but they just won't stay. True friendship in a tugboat way. Ego dark in the face of the fucks. When the fuck was a friend, I was basically done. Into the woods, go his alien tongue. It was that or a textbook fake and a funk, and I can't. Here go to hindsight, 8 years been one long blindside. I could pinpoint 7 more turns that occurred cause he never really healed from the first. Oh, what a world, and he hack as a myth, and he dap as a joke, and he map as a trick, and he grab as a hoax. Ease on down, I'm burning up, I'm bleeding out. No one ain't half the battle, that's a bullshit quip written by some asshole. You can own what you are, still sit around stoned in your car, not doing shit, halfway to nil, cranky and waiting for a boss.